Diddy's going to be in jail for the rest of his life.
How many guys were on video saying, ain't no party like a Diddy party? How many people openly talked about being there?
LeBron.
Ashton Kutcher, all these people. Like, you guys all went, you didn't see nothing?
Isn't there a video with Kamala?
She was at one of the Diddy parties?
The Ellen situation.
Yeah.
You know, people found out that Ellen was mean, and all these people came out and said, Ellen's actually a bitch. And then we're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Can't believe it. And she lost everything. She fell apart, disappeared, because people found out that this character that she was portraying in a half an hour on a television show is not really who she was. My buddy Greg, who was one of her writers, was like,
well, I just wanted to be a good example. And it was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn, and everyone, you know, telling me they love me and, you know, just turn their back on you in a second. I just wanted to protect her, you know?
For years, Hollywood sold the public a fantasy. Smiling talk show hosts, superstar mentors, lavish parties, child prodigies transformed into global icons almost overnight. But behind the cameras, critics have repeatedly questioned what happens to young stars once the spotlight becomes their entire identity. Now, after renewed public scrutiny surrounding Sean Diddy Combs, resurfaced interviews involving Justin Bieber, and viral discussions sparked across podcasts and social media, old clips are being re-examined with completely different eyes. At the center of that conversation is podcast giant Joe Rogan, whose discussions about fame, childhood celebrity, and manipulation inside entertainment culture have reignited uncomfortable questions about how Hollywood treats young performers. The internet has pushed those conversations even further.
my news feed is dominated by it. Fox News, CNN, everyone. There's raids at Diddy's house. I guess Diddy just kept people at his houses.
I think it's over.
You think it's over?
I think it's over for him as like a figure in entertainment.
But do you think it's over as him as far as
jail?
like he gets a cell right next to R. Kelly?
I don't think so. I don't think
Really?
he gets locked
He
up.
skates.
I think he skates. Or he goes to like Bali.
Mixing verified controversies with extreme conspiracy theories that spread rapidly online. Some viewers believe resurfaced footage involving Bieber, Diddy, and Ellen DeGeneres exposes troubling power dynamics hidden in plain sight. Others argue the internet has blurred the line between evidence and speculation. Tonight, we separate documented reality from viral fiction. We examine the rise of Justin Bieber, the mentorship pipeline surrounding Usher and Diddy, Ellen DeGeneres' collapsing public image, and why Joe Rogan's comments about fame-destroying childhood have become impossible for millions of viewers to ignore. Because in Hollywood, perception can become reality long before the facts ever catch up.
And so that also brings us into the Jeffrey Epstein thing.
I was about to mention it.
Yeah, so the Diddy is kind of like the Hollywood of the Jeffrey Epstein, which is something the media worked very hard to bury for a very long time. And the most compelling part of the Jeffrey Epstein thing is how they just sort of released him and allowed him to live in his house at first.
They were telling us that videos are going to come out, incredibly high-profile people doing horrendous things, evil things. People are going to go to jail. People are going to be shocked.
Yeah.
Where?
Right.
Nothing.
Well, like,
Zero.
My thing about the Diddy thing is like, I don't really give a fuck. These people are they're of age. They're over.
Justin Bieber's rise happened at a speed almost impossible to comprehend. In 2008, talent manager Scooter Braun discovered him through YouTube videos uploaded by Bieber's mother. Within months, Bieber was connected to Usher, one of the biggest music stars in the world. The music industry celebrated the story as a dream come true. A teenager from Stratford, Ontario had become pop music's newest phenomenon. But behind the headlines, another narrative quietly developed. Usher himself previously spoke publicly about spending time under Sean Combs' mentorship as a teenager during the 1990s. Old interviews featuring Diddy joking about 48 hours with a young Bieber resurfaced online years later and immediately triggered backlash across social media platforms. Critics argued the footage looked inappropriate through a modern lens, while defenders insisted the clips reflected exaggerated entertainment culture rather than evidence of wrongdoing. Bieber later spoke openly about feeling isolated inside the industry, admitting he struggled with trust, mental health pressure, and overwhelming fame from a young age. Those admissions intensified public curiosity about the environment surrounding him during his teenage years. Online commentators began connecting unrelated controversies together, creating viral narratives that mixed confirmed facts with unsupported assumptions. That distinction matters. While federal investigations surrounding Diddy generated enormous headlines, no verified evidence has linked Justin Bieber to criminal activity connected to conspiracy theories spreading online. Yet the public fascination continues growing because viewers increasingly question whether Hollywood's mentorship culture protects young talent or exploits vulnerability for profit, influence, and long-term control behind closed doors.
We dove deep into the relationship between Ellen DeGeneres and P. Diddy, doing some character analysis.
She was quite friendly with that P. Diddy bloke, wasn't she?
Her relationship with P. Diddy.
What time would you like me there?
I'll tell you later. Because, you know, once you get there, the party really starts.
And even how her set was designed to look like Epstein Island. I break down every single element of this in the...
Ellen DeGeneres spent nearly 2 decades building one of the safest brands in daytime television. Her image centered around kindness, humor, generosity, celebrity dancing, and emotional surprises for ordinary families. But by 2020, that carefully constructed reputation began collapsing publicly after former employees accused producers and senior staff of fostering a toxic workplace environment. Warner Media launched an internal investigation, and Ellen later apologized on air, acknowledging problems behind the scenes.
Ellen DeGeneres feeling the heat as more employees, past and present, from her show say that they were working in a toxic environment. Some Hollywood actors also speaking out against the talk show host now. Let's bring in Carly Shimkus of Fox News Headlines 24/7. Carly, good morning. Great to see you. So what more are we hearing on this story?
Yeah, so things are really spiraling here, and it's sort of 2 situations unfolding at once. One of them has to do with a mountain of complaints against the show's executive producers.
The controversy permanently changed how audiences viewed her public persona. Around the same time, internet investigators began revisiting Ellen's celebrity friendships, including her friendly on-camera relationship with Diddy and old interviews involving Justin Bieber. Clips that once appeared playful suddenly looked different to viewers already suspicious of Hollywood culture. Viral TikTok videos and YouTube breakdowns accelerated the conversation even further, often blending documented workplace allegations with completely unverified conspiracy claims connected to Jeffrey Epstein. That escalation created a dangerous environment where speculation spread faster than evidence. Despite countless viral posts online, there is no verified evidence proving Ellen DeGeneres participated in criminal conspiracies connected to Epstein's Island or occult allegations circulated on social media. However, her damaged public reputation made audiences more willing to believe extreme narratives. That is the modern internet cycle. Once a celebrity loses public trust, every old clip becomes suspicious. Every joke becomes potential evidence. Every friendship becomes a hidden connection. And every silence becomes interpreted as guilt, whether facts support the accusation or not.
So you worked for Ellen as well?
Yeah, I did the first 2 years on that show.
And she was
She was rough. She was the C word. Yeah.
She was not nice to you.
Well, you know, it's funny because when it started, first of all, I wanted to write for her because I really do think she's like one of the great comics of all. New Orleans girl.
That's right. She never claims it, but yeah.
Yeah, but she was a great comic.
Her old stuff is unreal.
Yeah.
I had all her albums.
So then
47 past and current employees have complained to BuzzFeed News. Allegations ranging from a toxic work environment, bullying, now even sexual harassment. So Warner Media is investigating that, and that investigation will likely lead to people losing their jobs. The other allegation has to do with Ellen herself, and allegations that she's not the happy-go-lucky, nice person that her show would lead people to believe, and that started out.
Jeffrey Epstein's crimes permanently changed how the public interprets elite social circles. Before his arrest and death in 2019, Epstein cultivated relationships with billionaires, politicians, royalty, academics, and entertainment figures. After court documents became public through years of legal battles, internet users began obsessively searching celebrity photographs, flight logs, archived interviews, and old media appearances for possible connections. That environment fueled endless speculation online. Some claims were grounded in documented relationships or public appearances. Others spiraled into unsupported conspiracy theories involving coded language, secret rituals, and hidden symbolism. Joe Rogan himself has repeatedly warned listeners about the dangers of elite influence and corruption, but he has also criticized internet hysteria when speculation outruns evidence. That distinction became increasingly important as viral creators began presenting unverified rumors as established truth. Public fear surrounding Epstein created a culture where audiences often assume association automatically equals guilt. Yet investigative journalism requires evidence, documentation, witnesses, financial records, legal filings, or verified testimony. Without that foundation, speculation becomes entertainment instead of reporting. In the case of Ellen DeGeneres and Justin Bieber, the internet merged separate controversies into one massive narrative. Diddy investigations, Epstein discourse, Hollywood grooming accusations, toxic workplace claims, resurfaced interviews, and celebrity friendships all combined into a single online mythology. The reason these theories spread so aggressively is simple. Many people genuinely believe the entertainment industry hides abusive power structures behind glamour and public relations. History has already proven parts of that concern valid through scandals involving figures like Harvey Weinstein, R. Kelly, and others once protected by powerful networks.
Say when I watched this montage of Ellen, I used to like her because I thought that she humanized celebrities, but this person is right. She was a bully. She wasn't even hiding it from anybody. She did her little dances and she gave people millions of dollars and trips and all these gifts, but she literally harassed people who came on her show and harassed her employees. I can't believe I ever looked up to her. That's honestly very sad. Somebody said, and still people were shocked when her crew members accused her of being rude. What the f is this? Somebody else said, lesbian or not, that's no excuse to go around doing whatever you want without consequences. Why are you concerned that she's a lesbian? Are you admitting that these marginalized people actually have special privilege?
One reason Joe Rogan's commentary resonates so strongly is because it touches a fear far bigger than celebrity gossip. Parents watching these stories imagine their own children entering a system driven by money, fame, pressure, and manipulation. Bieber became symbolic of that fear. Millions watched him grow up publicly while carrying emotional burdens most adults would struggle to survive. In interviews over recent years, Bieber discussed anxiety, depression, loneliness, substance abuse struggles, and difficulty trusting people around him. Those admissions caused audiences to revisit earlier stages of his career searching for warning signs. But there is another side to this conversation that often disappears online. Justin Bieber also built successful business ventures, maintained global popularity for more than 15 years, married Hailey Bieber, and repeatedly credited faith, therapy, and personal growth for helping stabilize his life. That reality complicates the darker internet narrative portraying him exclusively as a victim trapped inside hidden conspiracies. Human lives are rarely that simple. Entertainment industries absolutely contain exploitation, predatory behavior, and abusive power structures. Yet the internet frequently transforms complicated personal struggles into grand unified conspiracy theories lacking proof. Joe Rogan's actual point was more philosophical than sensational. Fame can psychologically distort development when children become products before becoming adults. Whether discussing musicians, actors, influencers, or reality television stars, the same pattern appears repeatedly. Young performers are celebrated publicly while privately facing pressure that most audiences never fully understand. And when those stars eventually break down, society often treats the collapse itself as entertainment.
Since she's not here, I'm going to share some dirt on Ellen. I'm not talking just dirt. I'm telling you some deep, dark secrets. People think that she buys and sells houses because she loves real estate. No, it's not true. It's because she's on the run from the law.
Oh,
You have no idea. It's not true.
Off as sort of a rumor and a trending hashtag on Twitter, and then a bodyguard spoke out against her who worked with her, saying that she was pretty icy in person. And now two celebrities, Brad Garrett of Everybody Loves Raymond fame and Leah Thompson from Back to the Future, have posted tweets saying that she's not nice. So it's pretty tough.
The entertainment industry has faced repeated scandals involving powerful men accused of exploiting younger talent. Harvey Weinstein's conviction transformed Hollywood forever and launched the global #MeToo movement. That moment shattered the assumption that wealth and influence automatically protected public reputations. Since then, audiences have become far more skeptical of celebrity culture overall. Every resurfaced interview now receives forensic-level analysis online. Viewers pause frames, study body language, decode jokes, and build theories connecting unrelated events across decades of entertainment history. Sometimes those investigations uncover legitimate contradictions or troubling behavior. Other times they create digital paranoia where coincidence becomes evidence. Ellen DeGeneres experienced that transformation firsthand. After workplace allegations surfaced, viewers began revisiting countless old clips searching for hidden meaning beneath her comedic persona. The same happened with Diddy after federal raids and lawsuits generated headlines across international media. Suddenly, all past relationships connected to those celebrities faced renewed scrutiny. Joe Rogan's podcast discussions added fuel because he openly questions institutional power and challenges mainstream narratives, making audiences more willing to investigate celebrity systems critically. However, responsible reporting requires maintaining boundaries between documented facts and viral speculation. There is no verified evidence supporting online claims about ritual activity, coded food references, or secret island conspiracies involving Ellen DeGeneres and Justin Bieber. Many of those stories originated from anonymous internet forums, edited videos, and algorithm-driven content farms. But the emotional reason people believe them reveals something important. Public trust in Hollywood institutions has collapsed dramatically, and millions now assume powerful people hide disturbing behavior behind carefully managed public images.
Of money, everything you want, the golden carrot at the end of the stick.
Right.
So the thing is, he's not even being charged for any of the things you just brought up. He's not being charged for blackmail,
Right.
which is kind of crazy because, what did they do? Why did they tell us that there was all these videos of all these high-profile people and then silence, and then it never comes up once during the trial? There's none of that stuff in the trial. In the trial, it was...
Then the show comes out, and I get approached by the head writer, and it turns out I'm good friends with the showrunner, and so I write a couple pages of jokes, and I get hired. And then so we were there for like a month before the show launched, figuring out the segments and all that stuff. And it was like fun, goofing, pranks. We had a ping pong table, and it was all good energy. And then, the show was good.
There is also a financial reason these stories dominate social media. Fear, outrage, and mystery generate enormous engagement online. A nuanced discussion about celebrity psychology rarely goes viral. A shocking conspiracy headline spreads instantly. That incentive structure rewards creators who blur speculation and fact together into emotionally addictive content. Videos claiming to expose hidden Hollywood rituals attract millions of views because audiences crave explanations for why famous people sometimes behave destructively. The danger is that genuine investigative reporting becomes buried beneath sensationalism. Real abuse cases risk being overshadowed by unsupported theories impossible to verify. Joe Rogan's discussions about power and manipulation often become distorted after being clipped and reposted without context. A philosophical conversation about childhood fame suddenly transforms into evidence for entirely separate internet narratives. Meanwhile, the actual documented issues facing Hollywood remain serious enough on their own. Exploitative contracts, mental health crises, invasive paparazzi culture, predatory executives, substance abuse pressure, and the commodification of young performers. Those realities do not require supernatural conspiracy theories to remain disturbing. Justin Bieber's story alone demonstrates how fame can psychologically overwhelm someone before adulthood fully begins. Ellen DeGeneres' downfall demonstrates how carefully manufactured celebrity brands can collapse overnight once audiences sense hypocrisy. Diddy's legal controversies demonstrate how quickly public opinion shifts once lawsuits and investigations emerge. Combined together, these stories create a larger conversation about trust, celebrity influence, and how entertainment systems protect powerful figures until public pressure becomes impossible to ignore.
And I knew things were going to go wrong because then they asked me, I was a producer, writer, and then they asked me to do the audience warm-up.
Nice.
Because I'd been doing it during rehearsals, and she looked at every warm-up guy in LA and was like, no. And then she said, Greg, you're going to do it.
Cool.
Because she's a comic, and she was like, I want that energy to follow, right? Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to be like the warm-up guy on a daytime talk show.
What happens next may define the future relationship between celebrities and audiences. For decades, entertainment companies controlled narratives through television appearances, magazine covers, and carefully managed publicity campaigns. That era is disappearing. Today, every interview can be clipped, slowed down, reposted, analyzed, and reframed by millions of viewers within hours. Public trust no longer depends entirely on traditional media approval. Instead, audiences build their own investigations online, sometimes uncovering meaningful truths and other times descending into misinformation spirals that damage innocent people. Joe Rogan's influence matters because his podcast exists directly inside that changing media environment. Long-form conversations allow audiences to hear uncensored opinions outside traditional Hollywood systems. Supporters see that as transparency. Critics argue it can unintentionally amplify speculation lacking evidence. Both perspectives contain truth. The modern internet rewards emotional certainty even when factual certainty does not exist. That is why stories involving Bieber, Diddy, Ellen, and Epstein continue evolving daily across platforms. They combine celebrity nostalgia, fear, mystery, power, scandal, childhood vulnerability, and distrust of institutions into one irresistible narrative machine. But separating facts from fiction remains essential. Verified reporting shows real controversies involving workplace allegations, lawsuits, investigations, and emotional struggles connected to fame. Unsupported theories claiming occult rituals or hidden symbolic codes remain unproven despite spreading widely online. In the end, the deeper story may not be about one celebrity at all. It may be about a culture increasingly convinced powerful systems hide uncomfortable truths behind entertainment, wealth, and carefully managed public images. Hollywood has always thrived on illusion. The public sees polished interviews, award shows, viral moments, and carefully curated personalities. But behind every celebrity empire are real people navigating pressure, influence, ambition, and public scrutiny at a level most audiences will never fully experience. Joe Rogan's comments about Justin Bieber reopened a conversation many viewers were already having privately. How many child stars are emotionally damaged by fame before they are old enough to understand the machine surrounding them? How many powerful industry relationships are misunderstood jokes? And how many deserve deeper scrutiny? Most importantly, how do audiences separate legitimate investigation from conspiracy-driven entertainment designed purely for clicks? Those questions are not disappearing anytime soon. As lawsuits continue, archived footage resurfaces, and social media keeps rewriting celebrity history in real time, the line between public accountability and internet speculation will only become more complicated. One thing is certain: audiences no longer blindly trust Hollywood institutions the way they once did. If you enjoyed this investigation, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications because we are continuing to break down the biggest entertainment stories shaping the internet right now. And we want to hear from you. Do you think social media is uncovering hidden truths about celebrity culture? Or has the internet gone too far, turning speculation into fact? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let us know which Hollywood story we should investigate next.